This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
Well, when I was in TNA, Joe, I remember standing in the backstage area when you cut that promo on Scott Hall no-showing that pay-per-view before our six-man. You caught a lot of heat between Kevin Nash and Dixie Carter, but it showed your passion in the product. Did you regret that at any point?
So that whole thing was really weird. Without getting too much into the backstage, essentially we had a no-show, and really, I think the content of that promo,
by the way, is very unprofessional.
It is, but I have a little bit more of a broader view on things after the fact. You know what I mean? So showed, and really, I wasn't upset about that. Because really at that time in TNA, there had been so much craziness like that, prior to that, that at this point, for most of us, we were just like, all right, well,
not even surprised.
Not even surprised, it really sucks to admit, but that was the vibe at the time. So when I went out there, it's just like, well, it felt here. I think the biggest thing that we heard was we just felt it was kind of momentum halting, because then it wasn't about the pay-per-view anymore. It was about the controversy or whatever. So I just remember before I went out there, somebody had kind of mentioned to me, he's like, yeah, just, say something and just get something going at the end, or, all right. So, they gave me a mic and they said, go start some stuff. And so I did.
Yeah.
And then everybody got sensitive about it when I got back, and I was like, what do y'all got the heat about stuff? And I remember me and Kevin got into it in the back, and Kevin was upset. I came back and I was surprised. Like, I was oblivious. I didn't think anybody would get mad, because I thought everybody would agree, hey, we're trying to salvage a situation here, and we'll make an angle out of it.
Right. And, well, I think we all agree with you, Joe. I just think that.
So all right, we'll make an angle out of it. And then, so I go in the back and Kevin's upset, and, and I like Kevin. Kevin's a friend of mine. And I know Kevin at the time, because was really struggling with Scott, just caring about him, putting him in rehab, pulling him out. And he was going through it at the time with Scott, as his friend, as his brother. And, I said, sorry. Kevin was mad and shoved me and was pissed off about it. And I was just like, what? Yeah, I was like, you serious? Are you really mad? And then I apologized to Kevin the next day, because I felt terrible about it. I felt terrible that, nobody had clued him up.
Yeah. Nobody
had communicated in the back, which is a huge problem in TNA, which is, kind of part of why I inevitably left the company, was just people not talking to each other. And I was like, okay, I get it. And, yeah, man, it was funny. And then for years, everybody built this legend, oh man, he was shooting. He really felt that way. And I was like, nah, man, I was just trying to get the next angle going. You got to understand, at this point in TNA, there was a problem with stuff like that.
Yeah.
There was.
A lot of problems like that. Yes.
Yeah. And the younger guys, as we were always dubbed and put into we knew that. And we always looked at it and we were just like, man, we're just trying to get this off the ground, man. We get it. I think that was the only thing. We were never mad at guys that came in and were names or were big deals. It was never that. We were mad when you came in and killed all the progress we had made. Right. Or something personal of yours blew up and they weren't paying attention to the right stuff in the company. They're looking at the car crash instead of all the great work going on in the ring. And I think that for us, that was what was the most supremely frustrating thing.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.